choice of a good smartphone is huge these days. There are simply too many to choose from. So maybe you're looking for something a little bit different that stands out from the crowd. Well, this is the Nubia Z11. And you might not have heard of Nubia, but you've probably heard of its parent company, ZTE. And Nubia's a spin-off range, and it sort of concentrates on high-end, really super smart devices. And this is the first that's going to be launched internationally. Nubia have concentrated on China in the past, but the Z11 can be purchased in Europe and in America. And this is the first look we're having at this device, launched very recently, and there's an excellent reason to buy one. In fact, several excellent reasons. But the one we love the most is this gorgeous bezel-less screen. You can see straight away that the image comes right up to the edge of the screen. Now, you probably can't see very well on video, but this is a curved piece of glass just on the edge here. And not only does it look fantastic, if we open up the phone, it has a fingerprint sensor in the rear. If we open up the phone like this and we go into the photo gallery, here's a picture that we took earlier and then widened out onto the screen. It's a regular image like that. As you can see, it takes up the whole of the screen and it looks brilliant. Really, really excellent. But the really cool thing here as well is that the edges of this screen are interactive. So for example, you can adjust the brightness by sliding up your fingers up and down the display there. Fair enough, it's a gimmick, but it is pretty cool. You can also hold down the edge of the screen like so and bring in a sliding view of the open home screens and then just go into one like that. Again, whether you'd use it very often, I don't know. Probably it's more helpful than the brightness thing because you need two hands to do that, and you could in theory just swipe down and open up the gesture control, the controls from the top. But it's an interesting use of a very cool feature already. There's a few other things you can do with the bezel-less display on here as well in terms of different gestures. The phone, as you can see, runs Android, and it's Android 6.0, but it comes with Nubia's own skin over the top. Like you saw here, there are a few differences in the notification shade, and there's no app drawer, so all your apps are spread across the screen. It's pretty similar to what we see from ZTE and from Huawei. Again, some people are going to hate this, but to be honest, we're getting pretty used to it these days. It's not a big deal, and if you want to change the launcher, you can just put Google's launcher over the top and get the app tray back should you want to. Phone is nice and slim. This is a metal body. Top on the back here is a 16 megapixel camera. It comes with optical image stabilization, comes with all sorts of different other tools. It's got a manual mode, and we've been really impressed with the pictures it's taken. It's a great camera on this phone. Inside is a Snapdragon 820 processor, which has proven very quick for gaming. One thing we're not quite sure of is these soft touch buttons down here underneath the display. There's no indication of what they do, you just get little dots. So if you're coming from a phone that's maybe got the back and the recent apps in different places, then you're going to get a bit confused and there's no way to tell apart from trial and error. One thing we did show you earlier, a brief glimpse, you slide up from the bottom of the screen, you get the chance to open different apps on the display, which we think is rather cool. That's sadly missing from many large screen phones these days. Even the LG V20 doesn't have that. Some Samsung phones do though. So we rather like the Nubia Z11. It is quite expensive. You're definitely paying for the premium quality and the design of the phone for this. This comes in at nearly £400, so you're going to be paying a little bit over what the OnePlus 3 will cost you, which is probably the biggest pain point for the Z11. It's the natural challenger. It has a similarly excellent display and also a very good camera. So you're going to want to check out a few of the other options that are available before picking up a Nubia Z11. But like we said, if you do want something pretty different, this is a really nice example. I really like this phone. So you can read a full review and get a lowdown on a few more of the special features you get on the Nubia Z11 on Digital Trends right now.